economic activity and especially inflation. Since the symposium a year ago, the committee has raised the policy 300 basis points, including 100 basis points over dynamics may or may not persist, and this uncertainty underscores the need for agile policymaking.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
These uncertainties, both old and new, complicate our task of balancing the risk of tightening monetary policy too much against the risk of tightening too. Doing too little could allow above target inflation to become entrenched.
I need you to talk to Jamie and really keep track on the stream, please.
From the
and ask him what's going on.
Cost to employment. Doing too much could also do unnecessary harm to the economy.
Something happened on the update last night to my computer.
As is often the case,
thank God this didn't happen the whole time.
Skies. In such circumstances, risk management considerations are critical. At upcoming meetings, we will assess our progress based on the totality of the data and the evolving outlook and risks. Based on this assessment, we will proceed carefully as we decide whether to tighten further or instead to hold the policy rate constant and await further data. Restoring price stability is essential to achieving both sides of our dual mandate. We will need price stability to achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. And we will keep at it until the job is done. Thank you. The job is done. Thank you.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Are we still lagging? Let's see what's going on here on YouTube. Hey, you just can't handle streaming while I'm streaming. That's what it is, babe. This computer cannot stream. I can't stream while I'm streaming, you know? I'm also getting no data. Lag is now gone. Stream is fine. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Yeah, the laptop just cannot handle streaming and outputting at the same time. You know, I can't do Jerome Powell. We're going to have to figure out a way or travel with a bigger set or something. I don't know. Nah, we should be done with the lag now, right? Everybody, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's break down Bitcoin. Let's have fun. Shout out to the 256 people, 58 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get the music back up and running. Let's get the energy going. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here with the Crypto Lifer. Heavy volatility on the 1-minute chart. It was going up and down all day. That's what they do. They knew there was going to be emotions on the days like these, so I told everyone be careful. However, I did put out a long this morning. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about, I decided to trade before he went on, he spoke, and then I, closed trades right after that and then keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're going to get this back up and running. We're going to get your energy going. And he didn't say much, right? He just spoke for a minute. I don't know if other people are going to speak. I'm not going to be able to cover it live. But at least we heard what he had to say. Same things over and over again, right? Dedicated broadcast and dedicated circuit are needed. My man, OMAC. I'm traveling with my mom's house, man. Leave me be, OMAC. You know what I mean? I got to travel. At one point, if I do 1,000 shows, at one point I'm gonna be somewhere doing something. Lag is gone. Moving and grooving. Yo, shots fired. OMAC last night. Shots were fired last night. I thought about you after the fact, not during the fact. That would be strange. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Great to see you again, Sam. Love you too, brother. Shout out to everybody here on the live. How we doing? Rate hike or not? Today is not a rate hike day, man. Today is not one of those days. You got to understand, Jackson Hole is just where he speaks. Just a little talk. We try to get some insight. He didn't give us much insight. I'll be honest. He was pretty flat. We didn't get a lot of information, so we'll see what goes on from there. But we didn't get a lot of info. He didn't really reveal much. So it is what it is. No, yeah, we don't do rate hikes today, man. He just talks. Rate hike, don't come. If you want to know about rate hikes, you got to go to Fed CME Watch Tool. This is all you need. And it'll tell you when, every time we're going to have a rate hike. Our next CME Watch Tool is in 26 days. All right? So I believe February 23rd, September 23rd or something like that will be the next rate hike right there. September 29th. Meeting date September 20th. Contract date expires the 29th. Everyone believes we will get a rate hike. Oh no, we won't get a rate hike. We'll be flat. Right? Right now we are there. So if they raise, only 21% say we will raise rates. Most people say we will not raise the rates. So we'll go from there. He did say the Fed is prepared to raise hikes. Be safe. He's always going to say that, though, to try to track himself. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to go back on what he said. Let's break down what happened today for Bitcoin. If you're in my trading group, let's break down right when I woke up and I did my Bitcoin update. We started right here. It's kind of crazy what's going on. But we started right here. I start my Bitcoin update, and this is what I saw. I'll even take away the flag. I didn't, the flag wasn't there. My mind was able to create the trade. The creativity, your ability to be creative is really your ability to become an amazing trader. The more creative you are, the more trades you're going to see that other people don't see. I see trades all the time that no one sees. I'm sure other people see trades that I don't see. It goes back and forth. All right? Either way. September 20th, FOMC announcement day. September 20th. Yeah. Literally nothing happened. Exactly. Use the wireless at your mom and mobile hotspot for the other videos as an input device. And the mobile hotspot for other videos as an input device. That's interesting, though, but how do you, I'd have to, I could film them with my phone here, but how do you, I know. So anyway, I saw the 7-minute breaking out of this falling wedge to the upside. I gave the call to the trading group. I said, I think there's a high probability the 7-minute is going to bust to the upside here based on being above the 200 SMA, tight moving averages, and that's a falling wedge, and bounce. You were hitting the bottom of the channel. So I suggested the scalp the 7-minute this morning, and that's the first thing I said when I woke up. Boom. That thing nailed the target and some. On top of that, I went to the 1-minute, and I saw that it was doing what's called a retest of this resistance here. And I said, is the 1-minute retesting? And I put out this. And where did I grab I grabbed this from here to here? That was going to be the measured move, which is going to take us to about 26,256. We went to 26,237. So I gave that scalp trade. I gave that as a continuation. Bam. Then right as the meeting happened, right, we got the break to the downside, and now Bitcoin's acting funky wonky. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to break it down like we do every single day here on the channel. All right. Smash the like button, fans. Let's go, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Baby life, you're coming soon, man. Pretty sure Bitcoin spiked up when inflation rate was like 0.1%. French Toaster in the house. Shout out to Crypto Creators Crypto. And again, if you weren't paying attention to Bitcoin, you would have missed this scalp to the upside. You know what I mean? Love you, lifer. What's your take on DYDX? I like DYDX. It's in a tight channel. I actually have a setup on it in the trading group. If you search DYDX, you could find out what I'm talking about. Send in a super chat for TA and deep dives. You want me to go over a coin or talk about something that you're interested in. Let's break it down. So I'm going to delete all my old work on Binance. Oh my God, I can't believe it. We're going to go over to the weekly. And we're going to take a look at the weekly chart. If you want me to look at LPT, if you want me to look at a coin, send in a super chat, please. TA in super chat. All right, super chat. It's $1.99. I'm not begging for tons of money. I'm just saying it's how you control the show with a super chat. The only reason is because other people throughout the time of the show have sent in many super chats. So, and I respect that. So I got to respect the super chats, man. Meaning send in a super chat if you want me to go over your coin. All right. I closed my short just before the pump, then re-entered near the top. Sounds like you're like a pro, bro. Unbelievable. Pretty nice. Anyway, let's take a look at our weekly support and resistance. We have bounced from this area, but we have resistance here. Okay? Then we bounce from here. We had resistance there. We kind of wicked pretty close. We know where our weekly support is. We know where our monthly support is. We've broken it down every day. I can actually duplicate this. I have it waiting on our Binance, on our USD Coinbase chart, right? I keep a bunch of different charts at all different times just to show you what goes down. So here we go, all-time history index. No, Coinbase USD here. And we should have the weekly levels ready for us. So here's the deal. We break 25,980. We go to 24,382. We break that. We go to 21,900. We break that. There's a little bit of help here at 21,000. And we break that. We go to $18,000. These are the weekly levels to watch. All right. We desperately need to get a bounce here. That weekly wicked to the upside is showing signs of buy pressure. So is it hawkish or no? I mean, I believe he was kind of in the middle. He wasn't really hawkish. He wasn't really dovish. He was a bit in the middle, right? So XRP replaces Bitcoin. I can see the future. Made a rack on Tone this morning. Let's go, Lifers. Big Tuna Crypto making a rack on Tone, man. God bless you, brother. Lifer, what's your thoughts about Solana? So glad you're still grinding before departing the vineyard. Shout out to Chris D. God bless you, man. Yeah, I got to break down the studio at about 2, 3 o'clock today. I got a boat later on. My boat's very late, but we'll try to figure it out. Do you want TA on DYDX? We're going to break that down when we finish Bitcoin. All right. So we know the weekly levels of support or resistance. We know these two levels. We don't need to break down the bigger ones, but we know these levels here to watch. We know if we lose that, we come here, then we can decide that we'll go even lower and we can go from there. So the weekly makes sense. We got to get back above the 200 SMA on the weekly. Good sign that these are getting tight. Moving averages have to get close, right? And I've taught this many times, but look, when Bitcoin was time to get in, the moving averages all got really tight, and then they start to spread. That's when you know it's time to scale. So Bitcoin starts to get tight again. That's time to start to scale in. As it starts to spread out, you scale out. It's a very simple strategy using the 1 week and the 2 week chart and the 5 moving averages. I can teach you this. I bought Bitcoin at the lows my whole life. I mean, not my whole life, but ever since I got into Bitcoin, I was lucky and I found it pretty close to 500 to $1,000. Then I bought it here, I bought it here, I bought it there, I bought it there. All I did was use the 2 week chart. And I knew the stochastics RSI, when they got below the dotted line, I dollar cost average heavily into Bitcoin. I'm talking a whole Bitcoin, I bought multiple Bitcoins down between 16,000 and 20,000. I bought a whole Bitcoin at 19,000 in front of everybody on my channel just to show you that I put my money where my mouth is. I didn't put 19K in an altcoin, right? And I didn't go trade it. I didn't put it into Forex. I didn't go crazy. I didn't try to, leverage trade it. I bought a whole Bitcoin in front of each and every one of you. Honestly, people will look back on that, and people that had 19K at the time are going to look back on that and realize that I probably made one of the greatest financial decisions of my entire life. It was that simple. But simple decisions sometimes are the hardest when they hit you with all the emotion and all the wrong information, and when you're reading what the news is telling you. You're just not getting the data. You're just not getting the data. I was there. Shout out to BG, my man. Just got back from Vietnam. Awesome vacation. Sounds like a blast, brother. What can you say about Coinbase shorting Bitcoin? I don't really care, honestly. It doesn't matter to me. I know that. You know what I would say? I would say that, are they doing it short term, long term? Really? What is it? There's so many more parameters and questions to be asked there. You know what I mean? I just answered your question. If you answer it again, I will block you from the channel. Even though I love you, Bitcoin Billion. But don't 2 times. That's harassing, right? That's harassing at that point, right? Well, just curious. And yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't know. I don't give a damn what Coinbase does. I'm not Coinbase. The hell do I care? You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry about that, brother. It's all good, man. Thank you for apologizing. That's very nice of you. Back in the good graces. So anyway, look at the 2 week chart. Wants to come down and reset. I see either sideways or downward price action for the 2 week chart. That's a curvature. You're crossing the dotted line. Once you cross the dotted line, the momentum does start to cross to the downside. No one really pays attention to the 2 week chart. It's my go-to. I love it. I've been using it for years and years and years. Another thing, and I did bring this up, even though I was bullish because I was bullish as long as we stayed above the 200 SMA. But I did even draw this, and I said, hey, you have to keep this in your mind. The chance we have a head and shoulder that could break us down to 20,000. That's just the facts of life. If you don't see that, if you can't handle that, then you're in the wrong industry. All right? You got to be ready for anything when it comes to cryptocurrency. Right? Okay. I can teach you how to swing trade better. I can teach you how to swing trade like a boss. I am a swing trade boss. All right? I got into PEPE at the lows. I sold it at the highs in front of the whole world on Wendy O's channel. All right? Not to brag, but I did sell the high in front of I sold 38. It went to 44. Boom. Right? DXY is making a nice little move upwards. We'll take a look at that in a second. CME Fed Watch tool creeping higher to 84%. then no rate hike. Yeah, it looks like they're very accurate. It's highly likely we do not get a rate hike in September. Very likely. And that's going to be very bullish for Bitcoin. The Fed's trying to act like they have it, and they're giving senses of hawkishness, but I don't believe that they are in control. Can you please look at HBAR? Thank you, Sam. Shout out to Sniper Paul in the house. Shout out to all the people jumping on in, sending super chats. I really, really appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Shout out to the 512 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for being here. And you know what? That's strong. I had to redo the stream. I had lags. I had to come back. 500 people still here. When this happened, I used to get down to 300, and I would never get back to the live stream potential. This is big for me. This is actually huge. The fact that we had a mishap, and I still get my main 500 people back to the live, that means we're strong. That means we're producing. That means when people come to the stream, they're making gains. They're finding out. They're getting educated. I want this stream to be the stream where people come and they don't just listen to the they don't get excited. I can excite you. I can play with your adrenaline and your emotions, and we can talk about clickbait, and we can go into all sorts of stuff, and it will be fun for you, and you can get all your adrenaline rush. But will you learn anything? Will you leave with more money than you started with? Will you be able to teach anyone anything? No. I want you to be able to teach the world what I know. I want you to be able to become an amazing person in this world. I want you to push forward every single day for the betterment in your life. I want you to realize that you can too, baby. All right? And that's what this channel is really here for. At the end of the day, every other channel is just for crypto and trading. I love trading. This main goal of this channel is to give you back your life. Is for you to take every single part of your life back, whether it's finances, whether it's time, whether it's your spirit, whether it's your physical. This channel is for you to take every single piece of your life back and make it yours, baby. That's what this channel is about. Let's keep it moving. So the weekly, a bit of a double bottom here, right? I mean, that's a very bullish pattern. That would break somewhere up into this area. That's a double bottom on the weekly. Bullish pattern, hands down, right? Very bullish pattern. We got to bounce. Let's move into the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart, very oversold. What I like about the 3-day, it has hidden bullish divergence. That is swinging up while the RSI is swinging down. Tells me that we should long this with a stop loss below the previous low of the divergence. So the divergence tells me that I should take a shot here, right? And the idea is we could be making this consolidated flag with some of this trajectory here. We could be consolidating. We could bounce back up to the top of the channel. All right. Stop loss would have to be somewhere beneath that low. There would be my first take profit right around here at that first resistance level, but it even might hit the top of the channel, 243. But this is a possible trade based off of the hidden bullish divergence. I've seen it play out many times. You heard it here first. You do whatever makes you happy, but this is very interesting. Hidden bullish plays out 90% of the time. You'll break a high inside of the divergence. You will go higher. However, if Bitcoin dumps, it will negate and will end up lower, and this will be lower, and it will negate. But right now, you could go to any expert technical analyst in the world, and you could show them this. And if they tell you that's not hidden bullish divergence, they have no idea what they're talking about. That is hidden bullish divergence, all right? Possible trade here with a stop loss below that low. You heard it here first. I'm giving you the entry, the stop loss, and the take profit. Again, who knows? It may not play out. There's no guarantees in life, but I'm showing you that when I've played hidden bullish, 90% of the time it has paid me. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice on this channel. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade, all right? So that's another thing that I got to keep bringing up. That is a very bullish sign, all right? Very bullish sign for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. I don't like how the 22-hour is getting overbought. It's not a good sign. That could dump us. Like, Lifer, you just told us you're bullish. I am, but the smaller time frames predict. I look at the outlook of the bigger time frames, but the smaller time frames predict. I mean, this looks like a bear flag that's going to drop to the downside. That 22 does not look good. I got to give it to you, The daily could even just slump right here and make a double bottom. We could get a nasty drop to the downside. So I like the 3-day trade, but I'm waiting for confirmation on the smaller time frames first before I would like it to break up and retest 26.5. That would be the perfect entry, and then keep the stop loss a little, closer to the entry. XRP, please. So Bitcoin to 30K. You will check Shia. What is Shia? I know, right? I think he means Shiba. I think he means Shib, but I don't know. Should check SHIA out. And there's my mom. There's my mom, everybody.
Hi.
She is a new coin launched 2 days ago. Shia. Wow, we find out about a new coin every single day here on the channel. Every day, Ma. Every single day. How'd you make the most consistent man on YouTube, Ma?
I don't know.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
My mom makes consistent people. My mom and my dad.
Oh, wow. Have fun. Hey, we did Wordle today,
Yeah?
and the first word we put in was today's word.
What was it?
Ocean.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fabulous?
You
High
won.
five.
That's crazy.
9-year-old did it. Good
Summy,
job.
right?
Summy did it.
So breaking it down, this is the flag that I've been watching now for the last few days, all right? And, you know, we were in this falling wedge. Let's just break it down. Falling wedge broke out, which is beautiful. We fell back inside the pattern, which was horrible, all right? And now we're battling support of resistance. Let's break down that resistance right now for you. I mean, that's going to be your level. 26,224. You cannot seem to break. You broke back, fell right below it again. Got up again, got rejected by what? The 50 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. All right. Wordle spoiler alert. Oh yeah, babe, mom, a bunch of people were playing Wordle and you ruined it. It's like, dang it. Ocean, baby. Right? Super chat with good vibes, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I love you all. You're blessed people, each and every one of you. So one thing we decided is it could have a cup and handle vibe, and it could break on out. It's not your best cup, and you know I'm stretching it a little bit, so I have to say I don't know. I go over the bigger picture though. We did have the divergence. Look at this wick. I mean, we got bought back up when we tried to recover that wick. Tells you there's a lot of buy pressure for Bitcoin. It's a lot of people that are waiting on the sidelines to buy BTC. All right. Now, this is your diagonal resistance now for Bitcoin. Resistance. And I have to be honest, if you look at it closely, you got some descending vibes, don't you? That's a descending triangle right here in this circled area. They dropped to the downside pretty nastily. So look, now I got myself in a descending triangle. I didn't see this before, and this is the key. And the 1 hour wants to roll. You got a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. I see a dump. I would trade that to the downside, period. I would trade this to the downside. I see a head and shoulder dump to the downside, period. Stop loss here, entry here, take the short to the downside. Let's take a look at the 15. 15 minutes not totally in our favor. Let's take a look at our 7. 7's in indecisiveness. I'd wait for those two smaller time frames to possibly reset, show us some chop, but the 1 hour does suggest that we could get a breakdown here. That's a shoulder, that's a head, that's kind of a right shoulder. You're overbought on the stochastics RSI. I could be wrong. Watch the price just pump all the way up and you get caught in a short squeeze. Anything could happen. Let me get off of that so I can actually drag up my MACD. But MACD has lack of bullish momentum on the MACD. RSI wants to cross below the dotted line. Stochastics want to come down, and you have a head and shoulder, and you're about to lose the point of control and go down to the value area lows. You're also in a descending triangle right there. That's a descending triangle. I don't care what anyone says. All of those are bearish tones. Every one of them. You're below the 200 SMA as well. Yes, there's a chance. What's your chance? What's the wacky chance? The wacky chance is this is a falling wedge. You have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here, right? And you somehow break up to the upside on the 7 or the 15. Don't open the short. I personally wouldn't. Actually, you know what? I see the downward pressure momentum. I would enter the short anyway right now. Yeah, I would enter the short no matter what with a stop loss above this wick at 26,300 or maybe somewhere between. My stop would be somewhere between 26,271 and 26,320. All right. 26K hold, says Sable Films. You never know, it could. So my regular strategy is to short the 1 hour right now, immediately. okay? And my super anal, hyper, detailed strategy says to wait for the 15-minute to reset first and then enter the short. You do whatever makes you happy, right? One of them just shaves a little bit of risk, but if you try to be that precise, you may miss the entry too. I've tried to wait for this to reset, and it's dumped on me. But most of the time, if I wait for the entry up there, it's a lower risk trade, all right? So there's Bitcoin. In my humble opinion, it's inside a descending triangle. Like, I see it clear as day. I don't want to see it. It's what my mind sees. And that's the key of being open-minded. You're not biased. See, if you're not open-minded, you'll never be able to see the charts clearly. You'll always see the charts the way you want to see them. That's really not going to be the best. All right? It's not going to be the best. Shout out to the 614 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Been a long time since we had 600 people, man. I love it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here with the lifer. And the last 2 weeks I've been on, I guess, a vacation. I work every day of my life, though. Even when I'm on vacation, I work a lot. I care about what I'm doing, and I grind. I want to see my legacy go somewhere, You know who's a great example of a grinder is Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin 7 years ago, 8 years ago, went out and gave away pumpkins to promote his real estate business, right? So he went door to door handing pumpkins to people. He handed out 5,000 pumpkins. I mean, this dude did this 7, 8 years ago. The guy just thinks of the most extreme things to do, and he does it. He wrapped his car with Meet Kevin. He went hard. You know what I mean? I kind of want to do stuff like that. The only reason I don't is I don't want people to know that I'm worth a lot of money when I'm out in the city. I don't want to crypto lifer on my car and be like, that's the guy. They follow me home and he's got Bitcoin, I got to be a little more careful promoting myself, I guess, just because of that kind of crypto thing. I saw Meet Kevin's DUI video. It was hilarious. I saw that video. It was great. It was really funny. Kevin is a grinder. I mean, I'll be honest with everyone right now. He's the reason I started wearing the suits. One of the reasons. I saw him wearing a suit on YouTube one day, and I said, that's interesting. I've never seen somebody do that. So, I took a little bit from his playbook. If anyone, dumped to 21K to hit macro uptrend, then the pump to the moon. Yeah, so I see a movement. I see movement to the downside here, but I would wait on the 15-minute. So it looks like we may get a pump up. But I'll be honest. You got some head and shoulder vibes here, and the 1 hour does not look good. That 1 hour wants to roll over. Lack of momentum on the MACD. All right. You technically have volume rising while you have volume while price is falling. That's bullish. Not bearish for that. It's bullish for bears, which is weird, but that's a good sign for the bears. First lower low on the 1 hour. Yeah, and look, there you go. And now we're starting to drop. I called this short right now. Look at that. Come on now, baby. Come on. You're in the money now. You're already in the money now. There you go. Now you're more in the money. Who here just entered the short? Who here entered the short? I need someone to trade for me. When I say it, they just have to make the trade. I want to give them my funds, and I want to be like, yo, just trade what I told you to trade. So I don't have to sit there and, just make the trade. Just do every time. Just trade when I tell you to trade. Who wants to be my trading assistant and just API all my trades for me? I'll give you a percentage for you doing the tasks. I did from 26K. I made the trade. I shorted DXY, not Bitcoin, but still green. Up 11%. I can do that, Sam. Yeah, I'd short Bitcoin only. Once we lost 28K, we were doomed, my man. I can help you, Sam. Yes, go for it. Dream job. I would love that. I will. I got you. Yeah. Shout out to the 638 people on the live. Thank you for being here. And look, now we have, I could have gotten down and out about the lag. I could have got depressed about it. I could have got in my head. I decided that today was going to be the best day. And that even though things weren't going my way, that it was actually going to lead to something great. And honestly, this is huge. 638 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And if you're here, I give a live. My name's Samuel James Price. I started looking at charts and investing when I was 24 years old, really researching. I found Peter Schiff. He told me that the housing crisis was coming in 2008, right? 2007, really. I saw the crisis happen. I started buying gold and silver from Peter Schiff. I started trading gold and silver on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I then made a trade on Great Panther Limited, which was a silver mining stock on the Toronto Stock Exchange for $2,000. It turned into about $9,800. I learned that you could turn $2,000 into $10,000. It took about 3.5 to 4 weeks. I made way more than I did at my job, and I got an adrenaline rush. And my mind said, wow, trading can do this? Then I found Canopy Grow Corp at $1.78 Canadian on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I used Interactive Brokers to open up my account on the Toronto Stock Exchange. You could trade any market in the world with Interactive Brokers. The fees are a little higher, but you could trade China. You could trade Finland. You could trade the euro. You could trade any single international market using Interactive Brokers. So Interactive Brokers was my place for a long time. I was trading there, doing my thing. Then I found Bitcoin. I learned about inflation already. I started studying all the different fiat currencies throughout the world. I realized that they didn't hold up. They got printed to zero throughout the last 500 to 1,000 years. They are made to collapse. They're not made to be there for the general population and the people. And then I realized I needed to get out of the central banking system. I needed to get my money out of the bank and get it into something different. I started buying gold and silver bars at first. Then I realized Bitcoin could be traveled. I could memorize the seed phrase, and it was digital gold. I then began buying, instead of buying gold, I started buying Bitcoin. I bought a silver bar maybe 6 months back on the live show. That's the last time I bought precious metals, and I'll buy them here and there just to have a few. But for the most part, I'm done buying gold and silver. I accumulate Bitcoin. To me, Bitcoin is the answer. To me, Bitcoin is digital gold. And I have research and financial research that I put behind it. Bitcoin, baby, Bitcoin. So I just wanted to give you guys, if you're new to the channel, because I see a lot of people here, you might have no idea who I am. Like, who is this guy, right? Then I did join a trading group in 2017. I got a mentor. I got 3 different mentors that I bounced between through Telegram and Discord. I never really got one-on-one, so I started doing one-on-ones because I knew that I loved that hands-on. That put me on the map. People started taking one-on-ones with me. First they were, $25 an hour, then they were 50, then they were 100, now they're $300 an hour because the demand got out of control and my life got out of control. Now I do a class once a month, a free class, but it's basically free. It's $60 if you join the trading group, $99 if you're not. I give you thousands of dollars. Most people would take.
Tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. Class is tomorrow. Sign up for class today. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com if you want to jump into class. We also have another class every Sunday for leverage trading. If you want to learn how to leverage trade, or if you want to learn some just new tactics from one of the traders in my trading group that I liked, a few of the skills that he had, I felt it was worth it for other people to learn. That's also 12 o'clock. That's on Sunday, though. So tomorrow I teach class 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right? Jump on into class today. I'm telling you, most people take what I have in that class, because I've seen it. They space it out into like a 4 to 5 week class, and they charge you $2,000 to $3,000. I just called the short for you right now. The short played out perfectly to the downside. I even said I would probably enter it. I said, you want to be chintzy, you could wait for the 15-minute. But I said the 1 hour looked like it was coming down on us. And that was a head and shoulder pattern inside of a descending triangle. It was pretty obvious. You lost the point of control. It was pretty obvious to me we were going to the downside. So I knew that I could tell you that we were likely going to short, and I wouldn't look like a fool. How do I know this? How do I do this on a general basis? How do I say where price is going to go and it goes? If you come to this channel, now I lost a trade yesterday, but I knew what I was doing. I lost this trade here. I shot. I knew the 4 hour was overbought when I made that trade. I took a high risk scalp on the smaller time frames. It did not play out. However, it may have. You never know what's going to happen in trading, right? So just because, but most of the time, if you come to the channel, I'm going to tell you where I believe Bitcoin's going to go. And you know what? It tends to go there. And so get ready for the pump, says E at Zimmy. Don't listen to people that say stuff like this. Get ready for the pump. I love you, brother, but don't listen to people like this. Listen to people that show you the charts and say they don't know what's going on. Get ready for the pump, he says. Honestly, show me the divergence. Show me the liquidations. And now we're going to head over to BOOKMAP and show you what's happening. And there's my man asking, what's BOOKMAP looking like? All right. So everyone, I amassed hundreds of thousands of dollars trading. All right. I amassed hundreds of thousands of dollars making my own businesses online, traveling the world. I can teach you how to entrepreneur yourself. I can teach you how to get into real estate. I can teach you how to do so many different things. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice, but I can show you what I did with my life. I can inspire you to go after big things, and I can make sure that you realize that you can do it too. I used to be depressed. I used to work a night shift. I never had suits and ties like this. I didn't dress. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have a live show, but it happened over time. I just believed in myself. I kept going, and I'm just getting started. This is just the beginning. We haven't even breached the surface yet of where this is going to go. So each and every one of you being here today, you help this movement. You help more people learn. So let me shut up and start teaching. All right. But I just want people to understand who I am. I also talk about the 200 SMA. What did we get rejected by? The 200 SMA right there. All right. High volume node in the gap. You lost the point of control. If you don't know what the point of control is, join my trading group and understand. All right. Love you, lifer. Glad I popped in today. Shout out to Lane Hughes, my man. Lane, man. And people have reached out to me. Lane reached out to me. You know, personal stories. People have DM'd me. I've made good connections with all these beautiful people, man. I love you all. I believe in you all. And I know that if I was down and out in a very depressed place, and I was so down, I felt like I was never going to get out. Like, if you told me I was going to get out, I didn't believe you. I was like, nah, I'm just too depressed. It's not going to happen for me, you know? But it did happen for me. And now look where I'm at. And now I feel like all powerful. So I don't care how low you are. I know we can get you back up to speed. I know we can help you. I know we can push you to the next limit. I know it in my heart because I was at the lowest lows and I got out. So if I can get out, you can get out. Period. Hands down, baby. Hands down. Now we're back to the 1 minute. Why are we on the 1 minute? When Bitcoin moves fast, you want to use the 1 minute to begin to project your next flag. If we make a bear flag here, we will continue to the downside. If we make a head and shoulder pattern. However, what if we make a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and we reverse back up with some divergence? The 1 minute will give us the movement back to the upside if we're looking for it, all right? You are the man. Learned so much in the last few weeks. Shout out to Ivo10 Bro. My man, love you, man. Just got kicked off the live like 3 times. How do you get kicked off the live? Seems good now. How do you get kicked off the live, though? Like, I've never heard of anyone getting kicked off of the live. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 682 people on the live, 311 likes. Let's get those likes. Let's get the watchers up to the likes, baby. Let's go. All right. Now, I see the 1 hour continuing to the downside. Honestly, my measured move is the move of that head and shoulder pattern. All right. And let's take a look at it. You would take the neckline to the head, swing that to the neckline. And I mean, that says we go lower and definitely start testing the bottom of the channel here. And we definitely broke this line. And you'd be like, what line is that? That's just, I'm going to get rid of that because that's my projection. And it's really like, it doesn't have a lot of basis yet. So I gave you the weekly support and resistance lines. I gave you the 3-day hidden bullish div. All right. I'm now showing you how to trade the 1 hour. This morning, I gave a scalp on the 7 and a retest on the 1. I mean, I've been all over Bitcoin since 7 in the morning, nailing it. And I'll do it every single day here on the channel. So now we go back to the 1, and I'm going to teach you how to use the smaller time frames to figure out where price action is going to go. So now, look, now you're getting a divergence, and we're going to take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP, that was a liquidation. How do I know these things? That's a liquidation right there. Boom, boom. You're going to see people actually lose their accounts and get liquidated. How do you keep your energy up so high, bro? Honestly, I was born like this. Like, since a young age, I've always had the highest energy in the room. It was actually hard for me because I always had so much energy. I was awkward in social situations. I didn't know when to stop talking sometimes. I remember going home a lot of times and being like, man, I knew I would, like, people were like, that guy doesn't know how to shut up, you know? I've actually been, it's been a gift and a curse my whole life. In sports, it's been amazing because I can just keep going. You don't want to box me. You don't want to fight me. Unless you have stamina beyond belief, you do not want to get in a ring with me. I'm telling you right now. I care about every single second, and I'm so competitive. I will do everything it takes to win. You know what I mean? Like, you catch me in a street fight, I will bite your ear off. I will rip your cheek open. I will bite your jugular vein out, suck your blood out. Like, I will. If you don't have a savage killer instinct, you do not want to see me in a dark alley. I'll tell you right now. And I'm not the biggest dude in the world, but I have the fight of a freaking pit bull, man. Like, so I just, and again, I don't mean to scare anyone, but that's where this energy comes from. There's a lot behind it, and my dad was a savage man. My dad was an iron worker, man. He climbed high up into the air for his gains. You know what I mean? Like, for him to make gains, he had to do the unbelievable. Like, he had to challenge complete fear, And look, and there we go further to the downside. Did I not tell you we were going lower? Who here loves coming to this channel and watching price action and then getting paid? Who here loves me calling Bitcoin accurately almost every day? I was wrong yesterday. I couldn't believe it. But I said, hey, I'm not 100%. So there's going to be like 5 to 10% of the times I'm going to be wrong, right? Suck the blood, man. Yeah, I'll suck it right out, man. I don't give a damn, man. Sam, what do you think about liquidity at 26,480? I don't think. I just look at the charts, my friend. I just look at the charts. I know it was so likely we were going lower here to the downside. There is a reason why all elite soldiers believe in God. Amen. Up 64% since switching from long to short. Sam's the man. Shout out to Crypto Frankie Poo in the house, man. You will never exceed your highest expectations ever. To the moon. Exactly. So you have to set the highest expectations. I see billions of dollars in my future. A billionaire. I'm going to become a billionaire. And you know why? Because there's other billionaires in the world that want to mold the world the way they want. We need to become the billionaires, and we need to mold the world the way we want. Shout out to anyone getting paid on the short right now. Told you we were going to the downside. Stop playing on these other. This is it, man. This is where the money's at. Look at that beautiful short to the downside. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Descending triangle. Bang. 2 days ago, I watched your live. Since then, I am in a short position. 46% profit, king. So what's the trick? Just keep buying or what? Or wait. Sammy got fire, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Rune dumping. Lifer, how can you risk in Bitcoin? It has no legal clarity. It's only verbal BS. Are you serious? Yikes. I worry about your mental health, my friend. I enjoy to use coins like XRP, XLM, and Algo, and HBAR, but I enjoy to board Bitcoin and Ethereum because that makes the most sense. Amen. I say it for you. Those other channels ain't making live trades in profit. The most bullish thing for Bitcoin would be to drop to macro range lows at 16-ish and create a true double bottom. That would be changing to stop, life-changing area to accumulate. Yeah. Seeing your positivity and love for God has made me want to be closer to him. I am forever grateful for your positive attitude at life. Honestly, I'm going to start getting goosebumps right now. God chose me to do this. I used to see people talk about God and I would roll my eyes and look at them like they were the weirdest people on earth. And that was just like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I always believed in God. But people be like, God came to me and I had this. And I just look at them like, yo, my man, like you need to drink some more Diet Coke. You know what I mean? I just feel like, yo, you want some like I was like, God's cool. But dude, when I finally got my life ripped apart, when the pandemic took everything from me, when my channel got deleted, when I was left alone in the basement of my house when my wife was asleep. She said, you're done. They took you offline. I said, what do you mean they took me offline? Look, BOOKMAP wants 25.5. It's been wanting 25.5 for a while now, too. Right? This song's corny. We're going to move on real quick. But look, BOOKMAP also told us we were likely going to the downside. Don't make this too hard, okay? Buy BOOKMAP. Link in the description below. All right? Let's make this really simple for you. Buy BOOKMAP, link in the description below, okay? Or join my trading group where we're looking at it every single day. But buy BOOKMAP, link in the description below, right? I love them. I affiliate with them. They're the best. And if you see a big bar liquidity down here and you don't see a bar liquidity up here, how does BOOKMAP work? What do I mean by bar? What am I saying? You know what a heat map is, right? Well, you know what infrared goggles are, all right? You've seen infrared goggles, right? So you know what infrared goggles are. I look better than Jerome, you know? Anyway, infrared goggles show when there's a human being walking, they're dark red. It basically makes things, temperature-wise, show on the screen. So if there's a lot of people, they're red. So if a lot of people put their order somewhere, they're red. So if more people are at an order block somewhere, they're going to be red. So look at this. This man or this person wants to buy 900 Bitcoins at 25,500. Now they can spoof. They could take these orders away, but they very rarely spoof. Like they spoof like 3 or 4 days out of the month. Mainly, this is correct. Like when this says we're going to go lower, we go lower. 90% accurate. So all you have to do is open up BOOKMAP in the morning, wherever the biggest liquidity is, see it, understand that we're likely going to go lower, but that's not, you can't just open a trade then. Then you have to use technical analysis. And you got to try to find patterns that make sense. Right? Now you get the divergence. What is divergence? Divergence is when the RSI swings up, like so, but the price action swings down. That's what's called a liquidation, okay? Divergences are caused by liquidations. Why would the price stop? Because they finally liquidate everyone possible. So now we use BOOKMAP, which shows us liquidations, which is right there. That's where the liquidations occurred. That is the divergence right there. See it? And they liquidated the longs that had stop losses here. These are whole accounts getting taken down. 115,000, 10 accounts, gone. Okay? And I'm going to start teaching you how to identify this as that. See that? That is this. And then I'm going to start teaching you how to put it all together. And then you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to be able to look at Bitcoin, you're going to look at BOOKMAP, and you're going to be able to make the high likelihood decision of where price action is going to go. And you're going to be able to make money on a daily basis trading Bitcoin with me every single day here on the channel. I don't know what else you need, all right? I don't do a lot of other things. I don't do what everyone else does, okay? I don't do funded accounts, all right? I funded myself. I don't do what the majority of people do. And I'll be honest, how do you become a billionaire? You don't do what everyone else is doing. You do what other people aren't doing. Who's buying whole Bitcoins? Who's working a night shift to make double money to buy more Bitcoin? Who right now is opening, like, has a job but is taking on another job just to buy more Bitcoin? Like that person? Because no one's doing that. Like, a lot of people are not doing that. So now, fine, you got the liquidation. Now you're looking for, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. You're looking for some type of reversal pattern. A lot of times this divergence is a good time to take profit from the short. So if I was in the short, I would take a partial. But now, look, we have resistance for Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin has created a new resistance at 25,924. And now it has to get back above that to remain bullish. You can even say here. And now you're just continuing making the flags. And I just continue to watch the smaller time frames till we start to get a big enough reversal. Like if we can break back above that resistance at 25,926, then we have ourselves a winning chance. If not, it is what it is. Okay? Shout out to the 739 people on the live, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Jerome barely said anything. All right, just so you know, if you don't know me, my name is Samuel James Price. I've been trading since I was 24. I'm 40 years old, okay? Before I even started to swing or day trade, I was a speculative investor who was able to figure out where to put my money. I put my money into a silver stock. I put my money into Canopy Growth Corp. And I put my money into Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin when they were very, very small. Back when Coinbase only had 3 coins, Litecoin was $5. I used to scream at work and tell everyone, why wouldn't you buy this coin? It's $5. It's likely going up. It would go to $400. That would be an 80x from Litecoin. I would sell around 110, and I would, so I bought Litecoin at $5 and was selling it at about $110 at 20x. Cryptocurrency changed my life. I learned about Ethereum when it was $9. A guy in the street told me to buy Ethereum at $9. All right. This divergence could just, and look, this is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It is a reversal pattern. And it is a divergence, all right? However, it doesn't mean a dang thing if you can't break above this resistance at 29.5. So you can kind of settle this off. And the more patterns you see, the better you'll get at projection because you'll have a better handle of creatively building where price actions really weren't going to go. That's my main forte. That's why I can see things. I see other traders, and they have great strategies, but they didn't see the obvious head and shoulder here. Like, they may have shorted a fib level or something, right? Like, they might have done this impulse. Or from here to there. And it came back up and retraced the 786 there. There's many ways to trade, okay? Just remember that. Don't get confused listening to 1,000 people. Pick a strategy, stick with it. And then you can always begin to build, but you got to have that strategy first, So look, if this goes sideways more, we're likely to drop. Very likely. Now we're getting long liquidation. See? The people that just can't help themselves. These are the late shorters. The people that just shorted late, they didn't see the head and shoulder. They just saw the price dumping and they felt like, oh, I'm going to enter a short now. So they entered the short and all their stop losses are here now. Now they're getting liquidated. You get it? You gotta be in the trade beforehand. You can't be using the movement of the market to trade. You got to be in the trade before it happens. Period. All right? These are the latecomers now getting liquidated. I will not let you. I will do everything in my power to stop you from getting liquidated. I will give you so much information every day. I will educate you every day. I'll give you the resources. I'll show you BOOKMAP, and I will keep you from getting liquidated. All right? That is a bullish divergence right there. We established it before the bounce. Okay? We even said it would be a good place to take some profit on the short. Now, you could stay in the short. It's still in the money. You know? When I scalp trade on leverage, though, I'm in and out. I try to be as fast as humanly possible. Unless I tell myself it's a swing trade. If I'm using small time frames, anywhere between the 1, 5, and 7, I'm likely, and I make that much money that fast, I'm out. All right? So look, there's long liquidations to the upside here. 20,000, not that many. Could be worse. 25,000. And you do have more liquidations. There could be more to come. But look, resistance. Now you're hitting resistance. Can't seem to get back above that zone. You can even call it right there. And all you have to do is keep tracking. So now, look, if Bitcoin can't get back above 25,950, expect more downside. Okay? It would be cool. Look, if we made a shoulder, a head, and a possible right shoulder here. Price cannot reverse until it finds a reversal pattern to reverse on, or a divergence. It can't do whatever it wants. Just remember that. It can never do whatever it wants. More shorts getting squeezed. Likely. Now what we want to see is we want to see a higher high on the liquidation, but we want to see less accounts. That's a divergence. So say this goes up to 17, but it never breaches 21, then we know we're likely getting to the end of the long liquidations, of the short liquidations. You get it? Make sense? Understand how divergences work. Once we have the divergence, we usually get a reversal. That's how price action works. Okay. Shout out to everybody here. Always take profits. Just because you want to be above 90 cents right now doesn't mean we want it there yet. The friends. I love it, man. Right? Just because you want it doesn't mean we want it. Let's take our time to accumulate. You know what I mean? Should jump back into tone. Adam and Eve on the larger time frames. Big tuna crypto. And let's take a look at the super chats. Let's take a look at the DXY. If you come to my channel every single day, I bring the energy, I bring the love, but I also bring the education. This is not smoke and mirrors. We're not here to make you dance and feel good. That's part of it, okay? But that's not our main goal. Our main goal is to keep you educated. Our main goal is to show you what's happening in the markets every single day, no matter what. We're going to teach you how to switch to the 1 minute when you need to. We're going to teach you how to use the 7 and the 15 minute for scalping. We're going to teach you how to swing on the 4. We're going to teach you how to look at the daily and the 3-day. We're going to teach you how to DCA long-term on the weekly. You will be a master at Bitcoin when I am done with you. You will know everything you need to know. I'll teach you about the halving. I'll teach you about the hash rate. I'll teach you about what Bitcoin mining is and how it's done. I'll teach you about mining pools. I'll teach you about decentralization. I'll teach you how to use a MetaMask. I'll teach you how to get into Cake. I'll teach you about every single thing in the market. Not everything, but most of it. I'll cover so much for you in my trading group. I'll teach you how to find the newest and hottest coins, what we do every single week. I'll keep you in the mix. I search for coins every day. You learn about new coins on the channel every single time you're here. Bang, 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 man. Sam, can we take a look at the DXY? We're going to look at it right now as we speak. Let's take a look at the DXY. We look at it every single day here on the channel. The dollar index, all right? Got a nice spike up to the upside on that divergence. See, look, swing down while this swung up. You see? A divergence occurred. Understand how these work. Pump to the upside. Funny, it seems to be pumping with Bitcoin now. Pretty weird. Okay, so remember, if you were with us recently, and you watched me and Andy Bit Consensus, which was awesome. That was a great collaboration. And I'm collaborating with everybody in the space. You know what I mean? From BitBoy to Crypto Wendy O to Tom Crown to Jason Casper to, to Mind Your Biz to Crypto Banter, right? I mean, you name it. I've been collaborating with everybody in the space, man. Leia Halpern, she's on my channel. Joey Paris and me are cool. Like, name a YouTuber with a few 100,000 subs, man. I've even sat with Crypto Ran. Ran was on my channel. I interviewed Ran. I interviewed Vivek Ramaswamy. On my channel. Like, let's go, baby. Like, we've made headways. Gary Cardone, which is Grant Cardone's brother. Like, dude, I have networked my way into a group of people. Such a beautiful group of people, man. Casper to Cringy has always flexing on stream. Needs an ego check. LOL. You're funny. I never felt that from him. Anyway, Lifer is the hardest working mentor in the game. Bitcoin has utility. Now, that is funny. You're funny. That guy is a snake. Who's a snake? John Connor, who's a snake? I have to ask who you think is a snake. Oh, Vivek is sketchy. Interesting. Sorry, negative comment. Utility is gold payments. 3 to 5 seconds settled. Oh, utility is global payments. Yeah. When is the talk? We already had the talk, man. It's over. Lifer and Casper, the best TA. Yeah, I love everybody in the game, man. Just wanted to put on your radar. Trump, small market cap. Oh, a new coin? Thank you. Casper, live trade too. Dude, Casper's awesome, man. Dude, look, more liquidations here for Bitcoin now. As we get back to 26,000. I want to be on the DXY, but there's so much action right now. Look, and now that, look, I mean, this is so funny. The divergence got the liquidations back up. And we go right back to 26K. That dude did say we're going to pump again. He was right. It's funny. But we found the divergence. Boom. We got the liquidations, and now we go right back to the upside. See if the 30-second had the inverted. Nah, I guess it's just a falling wedge. Kind of a cup with a little handle there. Okay, moving forward. Let's jump back into the DXY. Let's get some more music, too. Wow, BOOKMAP getting massive liquidations now. Back to the upside. That's why you got to take profits. Move the stop loss into break even as soon as humanly possible. If you are leverage trading, don't play games. All right? DXY, TOMI, HBAR, Casper, and Tone. Okay. Was it a stop hunt low? It's undeniable. XRP has more gains. I tried watching Casper for 30 minutes of talking about blow-up dolls, and I lost interest. You guys are funny, man. He usually doesn't do that. Give him a second chance. Seriously, he usually doesn't do stuff like that. Give him a second chance. Sam is the sharpest mentor in the game. He has a dedicated group of individuals that all scan the markets to find the confluences you need to see for the gains. Everyone in the 99 has a constant edge. I love you, man. You're the man, dude. Could you look at GALA from Barry L UFC? We'll take a look at Barry L. Thank you. I think we've fallen a lot more, but who knows? Do you have a screen share tomorrow or class? I'm going to move the screen share to Sunday. My schedule's out of control. Screen share will be moved to Sunday. I'll post that right now to the group. I forgot that I taught class. So I'm not the best at my schedule. I have to ask my wife, and I ask my team, what am I doing today? Because I just want to focus on Bitcoin and then just have them point me where I need to go. I want to be like Joe Biden. Sorry. I don't want to be like Joe Biden. You know what I mean? I want to be handled like Joe Biden. Just go there, go do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to think of where I have to go. Sorry. It just was a funny joke that came out of nowhere, man. It just came out of nowhere. No, please don't be like Joe Biden. That's pure comedy, man. It just came out. It just came out. It was just improv, you know? Time for a personal assistant. I mean, I have one, but I need someone physically here. You know, I do have a personal assistant. Sean, I consider you my personal assistant, just so you know. Screen share of the boat ride. My man. I turned you on, and all I heard was, I want to be like you.
Daddy, guess what? I have to sneak up here because Nyla was going to catch
Okay, let me get you ice cream. So, look, we couldn't make it past that low. They tried to get as many as they could out of that liquidation. To me, you're still in a channel here. You're only as good as your time in the market, man. I got 15 years in this market, in these markets, playing games with this stuff, man. Trust me. I've been doing this for a long... Actually, you don't have to trust me. Just watch me. Just watch me. 1 hour wants to roll over on you. I mean, the 1 minute, sorry. 1 hour's not done yet either. I mean, look at that. Try to scalp back up. Volatility. We played this, if you're just coming to the channel, we saw this as a shoulder, a head and a shoulder, took a short to the downside, descending triangle. Then we found on the 1 minute a bullish divergence, which told us to be wary, take some profits from the short, and then we did get the bounce back up. Some people probably stayed in the short, some people didn't. It depends on your trading style. For me, Previous resistance is now support. Previous support became resistance. That's the SR flip. You bounced there, but now you couldn't get back above it. Now we have major resistance at 26K. Bitcoin has to get back above 26,000 to remain bullish. All right. Look at that rollover now. That 1 minute is pushing down. A little short scalp now to the downside. Bitcoin is being a dork today. It's tough. We took a short, though, and we moved on. I mean, that was it. I mean, you made your money for the day on that short, possibly. Closed and reopened my third short of the day at 26K. I print the candle ASAP. My man. Yo, shout out to all the new people on the chat. Where y'all from? We got a bunch of new people here, and we do this thing called roll call. Just tell us where you're from in the chat, and you see that we are a worldwide organization ready to take on any of the biggest organizations in the world, man. Watch this. Where y'all from? Where's everybody from in the world? Watch this. We got 700 beautiful people here. Ibiza, Morocco, Canada, New Hampshire, Switzerland, Bulgaria, Connecticut, Portland, Serbia, France, Russia, Vermont, Albania, Montana, Nepal, Singapore, New Mexico. Wow, look at this. Oh, I lost it. I got to get back. Ethiopia, ATL, El Salvador, America, Uranus. You got to do it. Edmonton, Alberta. Wow, Bangor, Maine, Spring Hill, Connecticut, Oregon, North Korea, Bangor, Miami, Toronto, Iraq, Detroit, Virginia, El Salvador, Pennsylvania, Wintersville, Philippines, Canada, India, dude, Norway, Arkansas, New York, Cleveland, dude, Colorado, Paraguay, Fort Lauderdale, Buffalo, Dade County, my man Stack McChange in the house of the 305, Bangkok, India, Uganda, Toronto, dude, Life of Roll Call, Cali, look at y'all coming in strong. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at this. And you know what? The viewership goes down whenever I do this, so I'm going to stop. We just lost 20 people. We were at 714. But, I mean, wow, look at that. So many people here on the live. Let's jump on into the super chats. Let's jump back into Bitcoin to the DXY. So if you remember on the DXY, we've been watching the bigger time frames like the 3-day, right? And honestly, the 3-day was getting overbought again to the upside and showing signs of a move back to the downside, all right? So I just wanted to kind of show you this idea here. So we desperately need a rejection here for the DXY. We want to see this roll over really, really bad. The daily also very overbought in a rising wedge. However, we're just slightly breaching above this trend line right now, which we want to see this as a bull trap. Like, I don't want to see this stay up. I want to see this break back below, you know? It busted up to the 200 SMA, got above it, used it as a move to the upside. So the DXY has been showing signs of bullishness. What we want to do is we want to see it run into a bearish divergence here. The MACD is getting extended right off the bat. Crypto Plumber gifting 5 memberships. You didn't have to do that. God bless you for doing that. Super nice of you, man. You're the man, dude. And look at those people grabbing up those memberships. Thank you so much for doing that. Crypto Plumber, you're the man, dude. You're the man. We gave a live trade here on the stream. My goal is every day to give you a live trade if I can. If I can. I can't do it every single day, but I try to do it a lot. Powell is speaking now. Treasury yields rise. No, but I thought Powell already spoke. Is he speaking again now? Speaking again? Really? Do I do this again? I think something was happening. I don't know what it was, honestly. Let me verify that with my team before I do anything. Is he really speaking again? I should know. I did not know.
New York is one of the best places for nightlife.
Nah, I'm not doing it. I can't play, man. It's going to ruin the stream. Pull it up on your phone and hold it on the mic. He already spoke. Yeah, he already spoke, man. We already put out the speak. Nah, he's not speaking again, man. My team, see, I can't listen to the chat. The chat will throw me off, man. You guys are crazy. So look, we need the dollar to get rejected here. Not looking good. Technically, if we bring this down now, it technically already broke out. I have to be honest. Like, it broke out. We're just trying to help. We're trying to cheat it here a little bit. But, I mean, you got a bearish div. Do you have a hidden bearish div? Yeah, right there. You get hidden bearish again. We called the hidden bearish here when it dropped, if you remember correctly. I found this swing up, and I found this swing down. And I said, that's hidden bearish. That should drop us. I called that out when it happened. It did happen just that way. And look, we have it again here. We got the swing up. Nah, it's swinging up, though. Nah, it's not hidden bearish. That would have to be swinging down, see? Hidden bearish is really hard to find. It's the one I'm the weakest on of all my divergences. It's when the RSI makes a higher high, but the price makes a lower high in a downtrend. It tells you that the downtrend should continue to the upside. It's just like hidden bullish when you should trend up. Very similar, you know. So we really need to see this dollar index get rejected by this daily time frame. It's very overbought. It tells me that it's very extended. The 4-hour also has bearish div on it inside of a rising wedge. I'd like to see this move to the downside. I should right-click this flag and make it green. I mean red, I said. I don't know why I said green. Is that even red or green? I don't know. I'm colorblind. Sometimes red and green look exactly the same. Not when I'm driving. They make it a really fluorescent green. I just want everyone to see it. Colorblind people do not go through red lights. All right? We know the difference between red and green on the traffic light. They make it really obvious. But here, this color can shade to red and green for me. I can't explain why. It's the way I'm colorblind. All right? I was born colorblind. So, it is what it is. I'm no Central Time. So, sorry, Sam. I'm on Central Time. Okay, he's killing it. Other than no understanding what legal clarity means. Is it possible to increase your resolution so you can see your open indicators, numbers, etc., or zoom screen? Is it possible to increase your resolution so you can see... So, you should be able to see everything, man. It's super, super high res. People actually talk about how high res the show is. So, I don't know what you're talking about. It must be your connection. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house, man. Shout out to Jeremy Kinlaw in the house. Super chats, DYDX. So that's the DYDX down. TOMI on FEMEX. I've never heard of TOMI on FEMEX. TOMI, USD spot trading par. Okay, TOMI Tomes. Let's take a look at what this is. All right, it just came out pretty recently. I don't like to trade things like this. I'll tell you why. I can see the candles have low spread. What do I mean by that? Well, look at Bitcoin. See how thick the candles are? Even if I go to like the 15-minute or the 7-minute. See how solid the candles are? That means we have a solid spread. What is a spread? It's the space between orders, buy and sell orders. Like if there's not a lot of people buying something and it's 7 cents, someone might put an order at 7.8 and someone might put an order down at 6.2. And the spread is really from 6.78 to 6.2. There's no money in the middle. All right? That creates that's hard to trade stuff like that. So right off the bat, when I look at this, I can see how they see the candles. I already know it has low spread based on the candles. I don't trade something that has low spread like this. Right off the bat. All right. I can see from just visually looking at it. See something you would never know. You would open up the chart and just chart it. I would already see the low spread. I already know that there's lack of probability there for me to make money, and I already know that it goes against the grain. So they just liquidated more longs here. Back to the downside. They're just having fun now today. They're just cleaning up. Whoever was emotionally trading the Fed meeting, they're just cleaning up. And that's why I tell everyone, be careful. I don't trade Fed meetings. I mean, I did trade today. It's weird, but I don't trade Fed meetings mainly, you know. We took advantage of the quick scout. We were in and out. I trade TA. If there's a head and shoulder pattern, that's a 68% chance no matter what day it is, no matter what's happening. It says that we're likely going to get a move, right? So long liquidations, short liquidations, long liquidations. Oh no, long liquidations, short liquidations, long liquidations. All right, and now we battle 26K. And we'll get back and we'll do a final update for Bitcoin at the end of the show just to keep you guys updated to what's happening. All right. Let's get back into the fan funding. God bless each and every one of you. The Wolf of Candle Street, my man. Mohammed Musa, I love you, brother. Salam alaikum, man. Alhamdulillahi, right? Allaha illallahu Muhammad Rasulullah, my man. Please look at Casper. Thank you. Big Tuna Crypto, my man. Bet I didn't know that. I bet you didn't know I knew that. You'd be like, wait, what did he just say? He just said his kulahud. Anyway, Tomi. So right off the bat, I would basically not. And look, we got a bearish div here. The stochastics are overbought, and you didn't get above a previous high. I don't know why you're interested in this. I don't know what you're doing with it. I just can't trade this asset. I wouldn't touch this asset. It looks like it's in a bear flag. and it could dump to the downside. RSI is getting high, and you didn't get above a previous high. You're about to get rejected by the 200 SMA on the 4-hour. That looks like it's going to continue down, man. But I would not trade this. I wouldn't even look at it. Unless you sent me a super chat about it. HBAR was looking bullish. Did it get the move? Let's talk about it. It stayed tight in the channel. HBAR looks like it's going to pump. I mean, it's in a symmetrical. They do break down more than they break up, even though they're 50-50. By the book, they're 50-50 patterns. In crypto, I see them break down more than they break up, in my humble opinion. However, you have to know that there's a chance you could win. The moving averages are getting tight. I see the consolidation. That's a higher low. That's a W. See that as a double bottom? It's a really good sign. The 4-hour bending, I like that. I like that. The daily, very oversold. About to flip the 200 SMA and get above this point of control. That's going to be a pump. That's money printer status right there. I like what's going on with HBAR. I stick to the setup. Scroll this over and keep an alert right here in that box. But I believe HBAR is an entry right now with a stop loss below 5.3. If it doesn't play out, fine. But it looks highly likely that it could. Hello? Who's calling? Who's calling? From what? I don't do any of that stuff anymore. Look me up. I'm Crypto Lifer on YouTube now. Watch me. I'm live on channel. I'm live right now on YouTube with 700 people. Check me out. Crypto Lifer on YouTube. I love you. Check me out right now on YouTube. Dude's calling about a drone operator. I don't fly drones anymore. This dude got my number from like someone from like 5 years ago. It's so crazy. It was a New York number too. He's like, who the hell is this guy? I shouldn't have answered the phone. I usually don't. I usually make my wife or my team. I don't touch the phone, man. Anyway, HBAR looks very, very bullish to me. Likely going to get a move to the upside. HBAR, baby. HBAR. All right. So I've said that. I like it. I believe HBAR is a play right now. The indicators tell me that it's a play. I don't know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. It could dump to the downside. I don't know where it's going to go. I know nothing. Nothing. But I'd keep a stop loss right there at 05186. I would enter this here, and I would attempt to get paid. I like this. I like what HBAR is doing. I like where HBAR is. What'd you say, Summy Buns? Go Crypto Lifer? I love you, honey. My biggest fan, right? My kids are my biggest fans. My kids love the show. My kids are like, yo, don't ever disrespect the Crypto Lifer. My kids will just, they will get you. My daughter's strong too. You don't want to mess. HBAR getting tight, oversold on multiple time frames, and I put this out already to the trading group. Keep your alerts privy. We like to trade what's likely going to make us money. HBAR has the ability to do that. Thank you for the super chat. God bless you for the update. All right, you got to be in the right coins. You got to be in the right setups, right? I scan the market and I look for the right setups every single day. It's not a coincidence that we find gains. All right. Should I jump back into Tone? My man says. I don't know. You're going to have to answer that yourself. I'll take a look at the TA, though, and we can talk about it. And then we'll also take a look at Casper. Tone, USDT. Isn't that T-Food? Isn't Tone T-Food?
I don't know what tofu is. I think it's like...
No, T-Food. It's a coin that we trade. It's called Tone. T-Food.
About pancake swap.
Well, you just said pancake. What about Pancake Swap?
Yeah.
You're so fun. Come here. Tell me what you know about crypto. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is my child. What do you know about crypto? You can't be on screen because then we have to say there's kids in the video. But you can talk. You can talk. What do you know about crypto?
There's a falling.
Pepe, please. Your positivity is contagious. Sniper Paul, I love you, man. Can we take a look at JASMY, brother? Why do you guys keep wanting to go into JASMY? We looked at it yesterday. It's to the bottom of the barrel. And I'll look at it. I'm not a fan of that coin. All right, let's take a look at this. Tone. First thing, when I ever look at a coin, the first thing, if I haven't seen it in a while, I want to know the story behind it. Shout out to the super chats and the gifts. I appreciate that. I see them coming in. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the love. So, Tone. It's at the bottom of its barrel, the lowest it's ever been, and it got a bounce off the low. Tried to double bottom there, right? Getting overbought on the daily, not looking amazing. So now I know kind of where it sits. I have a major resistance here. I have a support there. I got a resistance right where we're at. Previous support becomes resistance. You're hitting it. I see stochastics that are trying to make a move. Tone had this nice pump to the upside. 22 is getting a little high. And now we go in, and now we can zoom in. It made a falling wedge. Okay. If you pull your fib, it had fibbed down. You can see that it went right to the 786 fib retracement, really pretty close. Twice already, really. Sorry. It's kind of, it's funny. It seemed to almost, that's kind of descending triangle vase, but it is a falling wedge, I guess. But and it broke out to the upside. Stochastics was the entry, and then it broke on out. Now you're getting overbought, right? You kind of have that hidden bearish as that swings down while this swings up. Some slight hidden bearish divergence there. It's not perfect, but it's slightly. Can you check STX, please? Hope everyone is doing great. Happy Friday. Shout out to Crypto Bob Schlong. This guy. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, then it made a flag here on the 1, right? And you traded that, I guess. And now you're wondering, like, do you want to sit in the trade? Like, what are you doing, right? For me, it just doesn't have a lot of momentum. It's got a bearish div now forming on the 1 hour. I'd be taking profits. You know, let's slap all the moving averages again. They're starting to get far apart. You're front running a golden cross. There's a chance it hits the target here. But I would be weary to start taking some profits based on this bearish div. And the bigger time frames just don't look that amazing. All right. Tone. You like playing the bottom of the barrel there, too. That's like, I'm not a fan of that. But, hey, if I believed in it, I'd buy it at the bottom of the barrel. I don't believe in Tone. It's not one of my own. I like GALA as a long-term hold, though. I believe GALA will do some gains over time. For me, GALA's just in this rounded bottom. And really, I don't know if you want to swing trade it or whatever. The daily's oversold, pointing to the upside. Like, it looks better than Tone's daily right now. You have a slight bullish divergence here as this low to this low is an uptrend. But that's a downtrend. Tells me we could get a punch. So just be careful. I see a bear flag here on the daily, right? You're oversold again. For me, this coin has just been beat to the ground. Like, I guess I could do some TA on it. It doesn't fit my swing trading or even my like scalping strategy. It's like, it's just been beat to the ground too much. Can you check STX? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Wow, a lot of super chats. Thank you for the super chats and the love. $57 in chat revenue. 589 people on the live. 452 likes. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. If you're just jumping in, we're not done yet. We have super chats to go over. We have news to give you. We're not done. We are not done. So, and we even have a Bitcoin update, and there might be a scalp there. Don't miss out on my information and my hyperactive brain just for some quick news that you can get anywhere else. You know what I mean? Get the education. All right? People can spew news and facts and random things at you all you want. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. The people looking at the charts are going to know far more about where Bitcoin's going than anybody else. Trust me on this. I used to watch all the channels. Then I got into TA and I realized that I knew more than they did because I did the technical analysis. Now, a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to just sit in front of a script. They want to be a personality. Being a technical analyst is a every single day dedication. Like you dedicate your life. It's different than being an influencer. Like, I guess I'm somewhat of a crypto influencer, but I'm a trader, man. I'm a trader, right? So you got crypto influencers and you have traders. Traders end up being crypto influencers because we teach people so much, right? But we're kind of like, we're actually in a different niche because I'm a teacher every single day. My whole life is based on someone learning something. If I can't get someone to learn something that day, then my business doesn't do well. My business thrives on someone learning something new every day. What a blessed way to live, right? So look, the daily in a falling wedge wants to move to the upside. Tight moving averages with the 200 as the outlier. Do you get the pump up to the 200 SMA? That's something that may happen, but you're below all of these. I like GALA. I am DCAing into it. I'm buying pieces of it here and there. These are the lowest prices ever, and I believe in the project. I think it's a good time to dollar cost average into GALA. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I personally really don't see a big swing trade coming. I don't see anything monumental coming out of GALA in the next, possibly scalp on this 4-hour back to the upside. Little pump. I don't see a crazy divergence. I don't see anything nuts. You'd have to get back above 0.19. This is something that I would just hold for the next 2 to 3 years and dollar cost average into these lows. I don't see any good swings happening there. All right. Like, it doesn't look like HBAR. Like HBAR, I see a nice swing there. So it's all about being in the right setups. Technical analysis will help you do that. JASMY, cut the supply. Or their supply was 26 million. Next thing you know, it was 260 million. Ever since that day, I stopped talking about it. I don't like it anymore. It's at the bottom of its barrel. I'd have to research more. I don't know if you're into this. I don't know, what your super chat, what you're asking. It's kind of strange as a lot of these things are following Bitcoin in these bear flags. That's a bear flag that wants to break to the downside flat, So to me, watch Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market will do. If Bitcoin tanks, JASMY will tank. It's that simple. There will be a few select coins that don't. So all you have to do is know what Bitcoin's doing, follow Bitcoin, and JASMY now has a major resistance too at about 0.233. Look at 33.77. How weird is that? On the 33.70, it was 33.77. That's 33.78, but I was at 33.77. But I see that busting down. I mean, the 1 hour is coming back up. Do you have a major divergence here? Right there, that was the liquidation for Bitcoin that happened on all the coins. Just watch Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now. If Bitcoin breaks up, this will break up. Just watch the Bitcoin updates and then trade the altcoins the way Bitcoin moves. It's a very simple way to trade. Okay? That's what you'll learn. That's what anyone who's a pro at trading crypto will teach you. Okay, can we look at JASMY? We took care of that. GALA, we took care of that. I'm here for the vibes. We took care of that. We're giving good vibes. TOMI, we took care of that. HBAR, we took care of that. Casper, someone wants to look at. And PEPE, someone wants to look at. A lot of talk for PEPE getting rug pulled or something, right? Hey, that's why I made my money and I moved on. I kept a little bag, but, So PEPE was looking good, right? It had broken to the upside, got rejected, came right back down, and then left the channel. And honestly, made a bear flag, got overbought on the stochastics, and dumped to the downside. Even had the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder Bitcoin had, and then it dumped. This followed Bitcoin to the nutshell. That was the head and shoulder we found for Bitcoin, right? Right there. On the one. Where was it? Oh, right here. See this? 1, 2, 3, short it. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, short it. It's the same thing. Like, just that I keep teaching you to just watch Bitcoin and trade the altcoins against it, with it, How much is the trading group a month? I want to jump in. Dude, it's $99 a month. We do, if you want to pay $950 for the year. $950 for the year. Normally it's $1,000. I'll knock off $50 right now. If you want to pay for the year, $950 right now. And I'll bring it right back to $1,000 literally tomorrow. So I'll knock off $50 and it's actually, or you'll just pay a $99 reoccurring fee, which is $1,200 for the year. $950 right now, you will save 25% immediately. Make the decision. Assess what I am. Look at my brain. Look at how nice, how well I come through every day. Do you want to have access to me? Like a text message, man? You can @ me. Do you want my group of people around you that are around me? All the people that I attract into my life, you get access to. For $99, you get basically my entire life that I forged, and then all the people that I bring into that, you get a piece of it. So you get to waltz into what I've created and worked so hard to have just for $99. I think it's literally like a giveaway. But you do whatever makes you happy. I don't day trade. I want to learn soon. But what are the good long-term holds to keep forever other than Bitcoin? I like Cardano. I like BNB. I like XRP. I hold Cardano forever. I hold Bitcoin forever. I hold Ethereum forever. Really just the top 5. Pretty simple. Polygon, I believe, is a really long-term hold. Atom is a great long-term hold. Chainlink is a great long-term hold. I hold all of these coins. Okay? I hold every one of them. So look, you're on the 1 hour. You formed a bear flag. That's a very likely short. You touch the 21-day, and you're overbought on the stochastics. To me, a likely short to the downside until we get a stronger divergence. PEPE looks like it's going to drop even further on a bear flag to the downside. Okay. Sam, could you look at SFIN USDC on MEXC? Shout out to Marcos 10K. We love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Can you check STX, please? Let's take a look at STX, and then we'll also jump into that other super chat, SFIN. And another thing about the channel is super chats. People come in and we learn about new coins that we never knew about. We find out about a coin. Oh, I'd never heard of that coin before, you know? So, I mean, everything is following Bitcoin, right? You can kind of see it. Like, it's just in that same nutshell. Everything is. This kind of has a symmetrical, you could say, getting tighter. But the whole market stems on Bitcoin, especially STX, meaning because it's like an onboarding for Bitcoin. This thing follows Bitcoin to a T. I believe this will be big in later on, but I mean, like Andy even said, a lot of times we come back and touch a low close to the wick. I believe we will do. It looks to me that may happen. I don't know what I can't say I believe or I think. I'll get rid of that, but it looks to me that that's a possibility. But we'll take it one step at a time. I do see a bit of a cup with a handle here. This is a falling wedge, but you're getting overbought on the 1 hour time frame. 4 hours coming back down, and you got a bit of a shoulder, kind of a head on a right shoulder. You got to flip back above the 21. And you got to break back up to the 200 SMA. Whatever Bitcoin does, this will do. It's that simple. If Bitcoin continues to tank and we lose a key level, this will fall. At the end of the day, the 1 hour wants to roll over on a lot of these coins. You're getting overbought and you're still in bear flag. So to me, I'm bearish because the 1 hour can't get back above the resistance at 50 cents. If you were able to flip 50 cents, fine. But right now you can't. It's more likely we go to the downside. What do these lines become? How did that happen? How did my H line, I changed it? How did I change it from? I must have clicked the wrong thing when I changed colors. Yeah. So yeah, that looks bearish to me, just like Bitcoin, right? Let's take a look at SFIN. SFIN USDT, Songbird Finance Token, MEXC. I remember Songbird when it first came out. It have something to do with XRP somehow. I could be wrong, but. So this is finally making a strong div. You see, it's saying, hey, I want to reverse. You guys like buying the bottoms, huh? I personally don't like buying bottoms unless I like the project. Like I have DCAs and I'll buy bottoms all the time. But the only thing I'm buying bottoms are things that I've heavily researched and I truly believe in. I know the people behind it. I know the tech behind it. I've already speculated where it can fit inside the industry and it makes sense to me. This thing is just getting pounded to the ground, right? Like it just keeps getting sold off. Lower lows over and over again. This could be a rug pull. Again, it has the candles that don't make a good spread. Like I told you, they're kind of up and down. I don't like to trade candles that don't have a good spread, lack of volume. I can see that already visually on the chart. A lot of things keep me away from it right off the bat, right? So, I see a divergence here. That could give you a bounce back to the upside, and the daily wants to move. This looks like you can get a bounce. This falling wedge could break out, give you a bit of a pump. But I don't see any substantial moves besides that. And if anything, it may just pump you up to like the 200 SMA here. And then you'll get a reject. But I do see like this could pump based on the divergence. The really aggressive stochastic to the upside. Your 4 hours oversold as well. You got some momentum. So the 4 hour and the daily oversold, it does say you can get a bounce. I'm not a fan of the trade at all, though. I wouldn't touch that thing. XSP on BitTrue. XSP. I'm trying to find BitTrue here for you. What's the ticker? Like, what's the XSP USD T? Why can't I get the XSP? I've heard of it before. For some reason, it's not coming up. I don't know why. I'm getting this XSP on MEXC. I don't know if this is the same one. Brand new coin pounded to the ground, hitting the same lows. Daily wants to bounce back up with a bit of like kind of a cup with a handle, falling wedge. It's promising they could bounce back to the upside here, but it's very high risk. But, I mean, how much people can sell it off? It says you're like, I mean, possibly it does get a move. Celebrate the first super chat from Eldridge Coins. Eldridge Coins. Eldridge, we love you. Thank you for your first super chat on the channel. I really appreciate that. God bless you for jumping on in. Thank you so much for the love, baby. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people on the live. Who's new? We got a bunch of new people on the show today. The algorithm finally let it spew in, baby, even after we had an issue. Let's take a look at DYDX and Casper. We're not done with the super chats. As you can see, we cover every single super chat given to us. We may take some time to do it, but we get it done. Tomo looking not bad. Be sure not to speak the truth and hear about Bitcoin. They like to stay in fantasy land in here, like a unicorn. Digital orgy. I love you, brother. I hope you stay blessed one day. You're awesome. Shout out to Ava Juarez. See, the difference between me and you, Digital Orgy, is I know I could die tomorrow or die today. And I live my life every single day as if I could, if it's in my last day, right? So maybe you do too. But I don't live in fear, my man. I don't live in fear. I asked you why, and you can't even tell me why. This guy. When people live in fear and hate, they usually don't know why. Love gives you explanations. Love gives you reasoning. When you're living in fear and hatred, there's really no reason. Like, your reasoning is usually off because your frequency is off. And if your frequency is off, you can't reason properly. That's why all you have to do is get someone into fear to get them to do what you want. It's very simple, man. The whole C19, everything that happened, it was pretty obvious to me. I mean, you didn't have to be like, anyway. So, DYDX, I like that it's getting tight. If it did have a 200 SMA, it would be above it, like that. We're likely to pump up to that 200 SMA. I like this tight, consolidated behavior of the moving averages. I like the daily pushing to the upside with a bullish divergence on my indicator. We do have to flip the 200 SMA. Once the daily gets back above that, I would long the DXY for a nice little run-up, like it did here, like it did there. And all the other times it got back above the daily 200 SMA, we did get a nice run. We've bounced off the point of control. We've made a higher low. We just need to break this resistance, which is getting close. We keep hitting it. We have momentum. The 4 hours resetting, but we're inside of a flag here. So what I would do is I would flag out this DY. So I'm bullish on the DYDX. I have a setup in the trading group on it. And I believe this flag could actually pump pretty nicely. Let for this 7-minute reset a little more, and we have ourselves a bit of a trade here on DYDX. Watch this flag on the 4-hour time frame for DYDX and the bigger setup that I already posted. DYDX is hot. Looks like it can make us some money. Decentralized exchanges are gaining momentum. The more we see the centralized world try to take control, the more we see the banking system, right? CBDCs, right? Digital IDs, all that. That's going to push people further into GMX, DYDX, PancakeSwap, and all the decentralized exchanges. So remember, if you know my trading style, it all starts from the top down. We start with the daily and we trickle down from the daily. All right? That's how it works. Also, the daily looks great. So, and we go to the daily. And right now I'm posting that flag and I'm posting the bigger idea on the daily. Just so you can get all of it. I used to be in trading groups that give you a setup, or a signal. They'd never give you they'd never give you a 4-hour chart and a daily chart so you could learn. I want to teach you. I want to backtest every single setup that I hit so you can learn. Oh, this is how we did it. This is how we did it. This is how we did it. Live like it's your last day and work like you're living forever. Shout out to Zachariah Imadau. I love you, man. Shout out to Andy in the house. God bless you, brother. And first super chat from Andy. Thank you for jumping on in. A bunch of super chats today. You guys are amazing. $89 in chat revenue. 585 people still on the live. 483 likes. Let's go, baby! I'm so motivated every single day, man, to go all the way. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. I am so grateful for this life. I go to sleep in gratitude. I wake up in gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude every single day of my life, baby. I want you to feel what I feel. I want you to get what I get. I want you to have the life that you want. Stop going to work for someone else. Stop being drained of your energy. Stop living a low-frequency life. I did it for years. I was sick of it. I couldn't believe I did it. Who was I to do that to myself? To not live to my full potential, to not help others get free, to not help others break free from their monotony. Let's go, baby. Woo! I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to be here with each and every one of you, and I know I'm blessed. I know I live a blessed life. Are you kidding me? In a month, through trading, and oh man, man, I love you all. I love you all more than you would ever know. The love and the frequency is so strong. I can't stop it, baby. I can't stop it. I can't stop it. Old pal, reckon XRP will dip below 50 cents again. Likely. Look at the analysis I've done. We love you, Lifer, and his family. Breaking out the matrix can be costly, but definitely worth it. You got, man, what do you mean? It's more costly to be in the matrix. Are you kidding me? Let's get real, right? Shout out to the fan funding. Let's go over all the awesome fans here. Ava Juarez, we love you. BG, we love you. Sniper Paul, we love you. Mohammed Musa, we love you. And he doubled up. Mohammed Musa again, we love you. Kyle, we love you. Big Tuna Crypto, we love you. Barry LUFC, we love you. Crypto Plumber gifting memberships, we love you. Zachariah, we love you. Sniper Paul, we love you. Crypto Bob Shaw, we love you. Zachariah again for the £6, we love you. Mohammed again, we love you. Marcos, we love you. And Eldridge, we love you. Andy, we love you. Eldridge again. And Zachariah again. Wow, you hit me up. I love it, man. I love you, Zachariah. Thank you so much for the love you guys are spreading in the chat. It's got to feel good, bro. It feels good to give, man. Givers gain. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Givers gain every single time. I got here because I gave so much of my life away. I remember one time I was a cameraman. I went to the poorest neighborhood in New York, East New York, where I easily could have got robbed. I pulled a bag of luggage with camera equipment from like the train station through the neighborhood. I went by like churches with barbed wire on them, and like it was crazy. And I did that to do a documentary for young kids that left high school, but a dude had made like a GED center where you could come at least get out of the streets, get your education, get your GED, and get started. It was like, it wasn't school, but it was better. It was for kids that were getting thrown to the wayside. And I did a documentary for free on that. Out of the kindness of my heart, risked my life, went out there. And I remember when I did it, there was this West Indian kid that had been born in New York, in Brooklyn, but he had brought here illegally, and he had never been made a legal citizen. But he had been in New York for 10 years of his life, since he was 3, and he was like 12 years old or something. And I was like 28 at the time. We actually made a song together. He was a rapper, I was a rapper. We made a song together. It's funny. Young kid, man. But he looked at me and he said, man, everything you're doing right now is going to come back to you tenfold. And I said, what do you mean? He's like, I know, maybe not take some time. He's like, you're a good dude, man. I get goosebumps right now. And I think of all the things I did in my life. And now I look back on, God is paying me, man. God is so beautiful, bro. Like I'm telling y'all. Like if you could just understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you could dedicate yourself to God, like you're going to get all your things you've ever wanted in your life. If you could just dedicate yourself to God. And dedicating yourself to God is dedicating yourself to God's creations, which is everyone out here. Just give yourself to everyone out here. And they'll give themselves back to you. Like just give yourself away. Just give yourself away. Stop living in fear. Just live in love. Like, I just hate this world, the bullets, the pain, the death. Like, enough. I see a world of peace. I see a world of love. I see a world of greatness. I see a world of abundance. I don't see a world of hate. I don't see a world of pain. I see a world where everyone can win. I see a world where everyone can love each other. That's what I see. That's what I want. That's what I dream of every single day. That's my passion. That's what matters to me, man. That's what matters to me. Casper in a falling wedge coming back to the 786. That's a beautiful retracement. We've traded that many times in our lives. A double bottom on the 786. I'm all in on this coin. I've showed you guys. I love this coin. I go hard on this coin. And I trade this coin on MEXC every day, baby. Or not every day, but, shout out to each and every one of you for being here. I don't know why that came out the way it did, but it just did, man. I was just, God speaks through me, and I'm not afraid. I am not afraid to take a stand, man. Everybody. I see the world, but sadly, it's over. You can't reason with people that want to destroy you. You're the man, Sam. It's never over, baby. It's never over, man. You live in love, and you can conquer anything. I like Casper. Casper looking good to me for a possible pump to the upside on the daily time frame. Casper. finally going to achieve this accumulation zone out of the move for Casper, it would be great if it finally got the pop. And I just like to show you my bag just so you understand that I put my money where my mouth is. Shout out to Max Global. It's the place to trade. It has 0 spot maker and taker fees. Like, so right now, if I DCA into Casper and I want to grab a little more, right? No problems. I go to spot right here. I hit the spot button. We can also trade futures here. You can trade anything you want here. It's unbelievable. And so I would change the name here. I think it might be in my favorites. There it is, Casper. And how much Casper did Sammy accumulate during the bear market? About $5,960, you know? And I like where we're sitting for Casper. One thing I would look at is like the smaller time frame, like the 4. Are we overbought? Nah, you're oversold, right? The 3-day chart, I believe you're oversold as too. Yeah, you're headed back down again. That looks like a cup and handle with a higher low. And I'm not trying to make a perfect swing trade here, but even when I DCA, I try to make it perfect, right? And so I add another $500 to Casper here at these levels. What's going to happen is if this 20X's, I mean, I'm going to turn the $6,000 into some serious money, $120,000. So that's the plan, Stan. That's what we're doing here. So I just keep buying, and I don't even remember. Like, I buy 500 here, 500 there. It just slowly adds up over time, right? Slowly adds up over time, and then next thing you know, you have a bag that you wouldn't believe of. And this is all done without paying any fees. You'll pay fees on Coinbase. You'll pay fees on Binance. You'll pay fees on every other exchange. Not here. Not here. Not here. MEXC is the place to be. Sign up to MEXC today. I'm telling you right now, if you're new to the channel, if you don't know me, join my trading group. Give me 1 month. Give me 1 month for $99. Give me 1 month of all the money you spent in your life. Give me 1 month. I'll ask you 2 questions right now, then I'll be on my way. My name is Sam. What's your name? My name is Sam. I'll ask you 2 questions, then I'll be on my way. The first question, do you believe you're going to use money for the rest of your life? Do you think you need money? Everyone's going to say yes to that. And do you think more money could help you? Okay. I have an education that can help you find ways to gain more money while you're at home, too. You don't have to drive a car. You don't have to go places. It may take some time. It may take a couple years to get into it. But once you have the skill, you will have it for the rest of your life. Most people would answer yes to both of those questions. So answer yes to joining my trading group, man. There's no reason why you don't want to jump on in today. I'm telling you right now. So, my name is Kevin, and I need more money. I know. I need more money, yes, and my name is Adam. Exactly. I've been a member since March. Lifer, you have changed my life, man. D-Dubs, I love you. Okay, great pitch, man. Right? You got to love that pitch. You won't regret it, man. And honestly, join MEXC today. Even if you don't want to hold your coins there, you can send them right off the exchange and have them on your hardware wallet. All right? Let's get back to our 1 minute, kind of bear flag that looked like it was going to drop to the downside. It did, right? It got a breakdown. It wasn't strong. Trying to loop back up. It's ugly. This is ugly. So what's Bitcoin doing now? We were able to figure it out. See, I took chaos. We started the live stream, remember, with just complete chaos. It was just a bunch of lines. And we were able to find a way to make gains. And we do the same thing here. So, all right. And how I do that is I redefine what I'm looking at. I tell you, it's still got that cup and that handle vibe. There's still technically a falling wedge here. I'm just deleting the old. Still technically a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. And you technically didn't hit the bottom of the trend line yet. So you look for hit the low range and then bounce back to the top of the range. So the 4-hour looks to me like this falling wedge could make a play. But we got to wait for the smaller time frames to confirm that. 1 hour wants to bounce back up here. Can we get a divergence on a bigger time frame like the 7 or the 15? Nothing there yet. So what do we see happening today? It's Friday, low volume. I see us just kind of going sideways down this channel. Look for a divergence here. Otherwise, we're going to lose this level. I would look for a bearish retest or a bear flag below 25,725. If you start seeing a flag down here, take the short further down to the measured move and to the next level at 24,177. However, if we can get a bullish div and a bounce, I'd wait for this to break here, get above this point of control on the 15. That level is going to be 26,050, and then I take that long with possibly a partial right here at that first resistance. So later on today, I'll give you the information. I see us kind of getting into this zone here, and then we're either going to lose it and take a short, or we're going to get the pop out. The smaller time frames are going to give us that confirmation. I'll give that to you in the trading group, and that's what you'll get if you kind of just stay with us every single day here on the channel. I'm going to jump into the news really quick, just so we have our news segment, and then I'll be out of here for the day. Shout out to all the super chats. I hope I got every single one of them done. Let me just take a look in case one came in. Much love, brother, from Mar Solo. I love you. You've been around a long time, Mar Solo. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everyone that gave love to the channel today. Shout out to anyone that participated in the live stream. Even though we had a bit of a technical difficulty, you guys were awesome. I started early, so I think that's what that kind of helped us. I picked back up. And shout out to the super chats, $100 in chat revenue, 6 new memberships given. Unbelievable. You people are just, your dedication to my channel and to what I do keeps me dedicated. So everyone's always like, how do you do it so much? And I'm like, well, you guys show up too, right? So my group and my audience is consistent. Because my audience is consistent, it makes me want to be consistent. So that's the cycle that we've formed here together, a cycle of discipline and consistency and focus. And together it's a vicious cycle that we continue to repeat, and I love it. I love that vicious cycle. All right. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Samuel James Price. Every single day, I go over the news. It's a 3 to 5 minute segment during my live stream where I break down what's happening in finance, Web3, and cryptocurrency. Today, we're going to talk about Tether as it cites $3.3 billion shareholder capital cushion and the latest transparency report. I believe Tether has more backing than most banks. I think eventually Tether's going to be able to call it the banks and tell them, you fractional reserve, we actually have it. They're going to try to flip crypto on its head. We're going to flip the banking industry on its head. Tether issues of stablecoin USDT revealed on Thursday that its asset has fallen slightly to $8.6 billion, down from $8.5 billion in July. Total liabilities dropped to $82.8 billion from $83.2 billion last month. The difference of $3.3 billion is about 4% of its liabilities. Tether cites as shareholder equity buffer in an update. Tether issues USDT tokens across 15 different blockchains. Among these, the Solana ecosystem is pre-authorized for the highest value of issuance at $1.5 billion, followed by Ethereum and Tron with pre-authorized values of $617 million and $350 million, respectively. The transparency report from Tether supplements its quarterly reserve attestation intended to address ongoing concerns about the stablecoin's asset backing and liquidity. Tether's here to stay, man. Long term. That's what I say. You can believe me if you want, but I met Reeve Collins, the creator of Tether, in Miami. I looked him dead in his face. He had that twinkle in his eye. He's connected. Tether ain't going anywhere, I'm telling you right now. Bitcoin mining difficulty reaches all-time high. That's great. As the difficulty gets higher, the network becomes more secure. The more computing power you have to get through the equations to mine Bitcoin, the better off the network is, because then you have to spend way more money to attack the network. This is why Bitcoin is so awesome. This is why you have to understand mining to fully understand Bitcoin. If you don't understand mining and hash rate, then you kind of may not understand why I invest in it. I invest in Bitcoin mainly when I figured out the mining and the hash rate. That's when I went all in. That's when I knew that Bitcoin had something. Some people can't understand it. I guess I don't know why. My brain, it just made perfect sense to me when I looked at how the algorithm was created. I read a little bit of the white paper, and I saw how the mining was being distributed and how the hash rate would continue to go up in difficulty level. And I can break it down for you right now. More people mine, the difficulty level goes up. The smaller miners have to leave because they can't afford it. When the small miners leave, the difficulty level goes down a little bit enough over time and the electricity for miners to get back in. It's an inflow and outflow of miners that come in because it's profitable and have to leave because it's unprofitable. Then you have the big boys that can handle the downtrend, and they have huge mining systems and they can go through the long term. They sustain the network during that period of the inflow and the outflow of miners. This way, the hash rate goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, but generally continues up. That's why today we see that the hash rate is at an all-time high. Bitcoin's mining difficulty level reached an all-time high of 55.62 trillion hashes this week. According to Bitfinex analysts, the increase in mining difficulty suggests miners believe the current Bitcoin level is fairly valued and maybe a little underpriced of its true value. I believe Bitcoin's true value is around 35,000 right now, probably definitely a little lower, but higher than we are now. We're lower than it is. So that's a big deal. Also, I want you to keep looking at Lido Finance. They're continuing to grow. That liquid staking is gaining some momentum. I believe Lido will do big things in this next big bull run. And look, they partnered with Nil Foundation to build a ZK Oracle. So they're going to have ZK rollups. They're going to keep moving. They're not going to fall to the wayside. Keep Lido DAO on your radar. U.S. crypto tax proposal lets miners off the hook, snares some decentralized exchanges. The IRS has finally proposed rules for crypto tax, reporting giving the industry its own 1099 form and declaring digital asset miners safe from future requirements. Crypto exchanges, some hosted wallet providers, and payment processors will face new tax rules in as soon as 2 years. The proposal, which is open to comment period and build hearings, would exempt miners and certain other types of activities. The U.S. Treasury Department has finally unveiled its definition of a broker for the crypto industry, defining how crypto companies and investors will need to meet tax reporting obligations and answering a years-old question on whether decentralized finance platforms and miners will need to gather their users' personal data. The Treasury Department published a near 300-page proposed rule on Friday in response to the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. This is huge. We're finally getting something. And you can kind of deep dive this and go further into it and who's included and what's happening. But this is great news. We're finally getting some type of movement in Congress. We're finally getting the beginnings of regulatory framework. I like to see it. And CME, I just want to give you up. We will have a new rate hike on the 20th of September. It's a 78% chance that they will not raise the rates. That is bullish for us until things change, to keep you up to date. All right. So Tether, Lido DAO, and U.S. crypto tax proposals, and the Fed. Everybody, thank you so much for watching the news. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, I go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I can't wait to see you there on the next live stream. And with that, everyone, I believe we're done for the day. I gave my last final Bitcoin update. I've talked about all the coins that I'm kind of going over for the day. I gave some free setups that I like that are also in the trading group. And I felt like we educated each other, had a blast, and spread love and positive energy. So we did what we needed to do. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you back tomorrow night. Remember, probably a quick update in the morning. I have a busy morning. Think about my morning tomorrow. I got a quick update in the morning. Then I teach class. Then I do live. Then I go live. Tomorrow's a Saturday, and I have like 8 or 9 hours of hardcore work. I work every single day of the week, baby. There's no days off for the lifer, man. I found something I love, and I do it every day. So I believe they enjoy Bitcoin very much, but who could blame them? Great stream as always. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing, baby. Crypto is life. Let's go. I'll see you on the next live. Stay sharp, stay disciplined, stay fresh, stay rich, baby. I love y'all. Have a good night. Have a good day. No matter where you are in the world. I love y'all. If you want to sign up for class, email cryptolifers@gmail. It's tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Once a month. Take the class. It's $60 in the trading group, $100 if you're not in the trading group. Take the class. I didn't do a good job promoting it the last few weeks because my mind's been other places. I'll be better next month. Take the class. We also have a class on Sundays too as well. Take the class. Get educated, please. I may not be here in a week or a month. You never know. Don't take it for granted. Take the class while you still can. To enter class, email cryptolifers@gmail. Email cryptolifers@gmail, or the links below my videos are there. They say tutoring. Pick the date. It's very simple. I love you all. I gotta go. What do you need, Burke? What do you want?